In this segment, I'm going to talk a bit about what the antique rugs were lined with, what the bases they used, and then we will go on and we will find where to find those things for you to do your rugs. Now, most of the penny rugs would not have wool. The circle rugs, the rugs that you will find a wool base are the rugs that they're called table mats, and they have a design on them, and there are a lot of open spaces where the wool would be shown, and the wool is there as part of the design. Mostly the older penny rugs would have cotton. This one I've taken one of the pennies off, and it's just plain ordinary cotton. Also, you may have linen, because of course cotton and linen were the type of fabrics that were used in those days. They were available, and when they were worn, of course, then they put them as backings on rugs. Now, there are some penny rugs, including this one, that has burlap on the back, and you'll see this one. It has the cotton, and then it's bound with the burlap. Now, I have a bit of a theory about the burlap on the rugs. And we know from the books from the late 1800s and early 1900s, the books that we did in our segment on history, we know that the rugs were used on the floor. They were not only for tabletops and that sort of thing. And we also know that many of the hook mats, it was the burlap that was used on the mats, and burlap would be associated with the floor. Cotton or linen or something like that would be associated with something you would use on a table. I don't think my grandmother would have put anything that had burlap on it on the kitchen table or the dining room table. I don't think, because it was associated with the floor. It was a mat for the floor. So I think the rugs that have the burlap on the back, I think those rugs were used on the floor. However, you can also make a penny rug directly on the burlap. It's not really easy to do. It's very easy to stitch. It would be a nice color. You wouldn't have to change the color. The thing that would be a bit of a problem is it frays so much on the edges. And I will actually do a little tiny rug for you on burlap. I'm putting burlap on my hallway walls in the little house. So I'll take a piece of that and I'll show you how to do a rug. Really what you do is you just cut it large, you cut it straight, pull a thread, and then you stitch the other threads so that they won't fray out. Once that's done, you cut it close, and then you put a binding on. So that is really all I know about what they used for the antique rugs. But now we need to find fabrics, we need to find pieces of cotton and that type of thing to make our rugs today and make them look as though they are this 100-year-old rug. And I will talk about that in the next segment.